Hello everyone, welcome to What's Missing. From Friday evening to early morning Sunday, about 20 people were shot in Chicago, Illinois, 5 being fatally wounded. A Breitbart article, linked below, mentions these figures as reported by the Chicago Sun-Times, as well as stating that 156 people have been shot in the city from January 1st to the 24th. This Breitbart article does not just provide information though. It also subtly indicates that this issue is a result of Mayor Lightfoot's Democratic policies. It makes this indication not by specifically talking about her or her policies, but by including a picture of her face, seemingly worried about something. And not only that, the article's title includes her name and party affiliation, as if it were critical information regarding this story. Breitbart's readers seem to have taken the hint, many of which writing down in the comments that they aren't surprised at all. It is a Democrat after all, and according to them, Democrats are soft on crime and can never protect their constituents, like a Republican mayor could. Now, this is interesting to me, because the Chicago Sun-Times article doesn't even mention the mayor of Chicago's name. It simply reports the data and leaves it at that. So, Breitbart has chosen to subtly blame Mayor Lightfoot for these shootings, implying that Democrats have a hard time controlling violence. But is this really the case? Is she really to blame? Well, to reveal this answer, I found it necessary to look into Chicago's crime statistics. Democratic mayors have been in charge of the city since 2011 after all, so if conservatives are correct, then there must be some relation between gun violence and Democratic policies. What I found, however, proved this accusation of being soft on crime to be completely untrue. Or at the very least, that gun violence in Chicago had been decreasing since 2016. Not only that, but ever since the COVID-19 pandemic began putting people out of work, almost every city across the U.S. has experienced an increase in violent and gun-related crime, from those led by Democrats such as Philadelphia and Detroit, to cities like Jacksonville, which have a Republican mayor. What Breitbart fails to mention, or even imply, is the message repeated over and over again by Chicago police. Their representatives are saying the pandemic has caused a decrease in crimes like theft and looting, but an increase in violent crime, which puts the lives of police officers at a greater risk than ever before. I believe that it's time to set aside petty excuses and catchphrases like soft on crime, or, Democrats love criminals and stuff like that. This is obviously not the case. Democratic mayors led a reduction in Chicago's gun violence from 2016 to the year that Mayor Lightfoot first came into office, 2019. The COVID pandemic has pushed tens of millions of Americans out of their homes, and this is undoubtedly going to result in more crime and more violence. I'm not 100% sure why thefts and burglaries are on the decrease, but some people are saying that this could be the result of a lack of these crimes being reported. Many police officers have been taken off of the streets due to testing positive. In Chicago alone, 1,500 officers tested positive and thus could not work. This results in many crimes simply being unattended to, including the most non-critical of crimes like burglaries, at least in comparison to a shooting crime. So at this critical moment, it's important that we support our communities. We support our neighborhood watches, and though I have my personal issues with the police in terms of how they are run as an institution, we should also support at least their ability to combat violent crime, and crime in general. There may be corruption in institutions of any kind, police or otherwise, but that does not mean we don't need them, especially right now with COVID going on. Blaming Democratic mayors, even when Republican mayors experience the same problems, is not only petty and ignorant, but it's dangerous. If we want this country to heal, we need to pay attention to the data, not just our assumptions and our bias. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you stay safe. This is What's Missing.